Boredom is my greatest enemy. Rimuru's POV. It's been exactly 910,000 years since my last battle against Yuuki. Because of my perfect memory, I'll be able to perfectly remember it even if it's been centuries ago. It's also been a century when I left the Tempest. It's not like I abandoned them. I just know that they already have the power to protect the Tempest without me. I'm still visiting them when I finished traveling. My also reason why I left the Tempest and that world is because I want to travel many world and discover many new things that my world didn't know about. Because of me being a real god, I am able to travel through worlds easily. I have already visited 938 worlds, and by the time passed by, I am already getting bored with it. It is not like the worlds that I have visiting are not pleasant or whatever, but most of the world I had visit are all the same. It is just those worlds God are all the same. That's why I have visit the last world. I decided to build my own world. Year by year, I'll be able to build 5 or most world, and after I build the 1000th world, I got bored again. After that, I have decided to continue my journey again and again until I got bored again, then build again, then travel. Most of those travel I had as me, being ended up killing a god. I almost couldn't count how many gods I have killed, but I don't have anything to do against it. If I didn't ended those gods, those world will probably not exist now. Then after those centuries of non-ending boredom. By the time comes, I've realized that boredom is my greatest enemy. No. I realized that being God doesn't mean anything. Even though I have already have those I want, doesn't mean I'll also have what I need. That's why sometimes, I wish that the world in the mangas are real. It is possible. Also, Master's wish doesn't have any connection with the topic. Seal interrupted. Don't ruin my summary, Seal. Wait, is that really possible? I asked. Of course. There are 2 possibilities. First, find the world that Master want to live in. Second, I'll create the world based on Master's memory and use the time manipulation to fast forward the world's time base when Master want. What will Master choose? Both are fine, but I'll choose the second one. I don't want to ruin the future just because I want to, right? I'll stick on the second option, Seal. Understood. What world do Master want to live in? I don't have anything in mind. Do you have any suggestion? I suggest the world of Dragon Ball. That world are all full of godlike and strong beings. That's why Master will surely never get bored in it. And no. It's a nice world, but I don't want to kill people almost every day. That world also involves many worlds, so no. Also, that manga is still ongoing. I want a world that's milder than that and already finished. I deject. This world is perfect, Master. The world of Naruto. This world is also 5x milder than my previous suggestion. This world is involved killing, but there are peaceful times there too. This manga is already finished except the upcoming next generation. How about this? It's great. That world is one of my childhood favorites and I always want to meet Naruto that time. Seal, can you create that world? Yes. Using ultimate skill, creation god Ariel, to create the world Master want. Process. Successful. Process proceeding. Using space-time Lord Yog-Sothoth to advance the time. Failed. Retry. Failed. Will abandon the space-time Lord Yog-Sothoth and replace by space-time god Yog-Sothoth. Process. Successful. The world Master want to live in is now created. The time is 7 years before the actual series. Do you want to change it or not? The time is all right. I still can stop that major incident in that timeline. Thanks, Seal. It's no problem. By the way, what name will the world will be? Earthen. It's based on my original world called Earth. It's kind of nostalgic. Yes. So when will Master go in there? Now. Wait. It doesn't have any meaning if I still have this power I have now. I need to create a new body with few of my abilities first. I then created a clone of mine that has an age of 5. I just selected some of few important abilities of mine and let Seal decide the others. After an hour, I then finished the abilities I need and also will need. Seal already picked the other abilities and resistance and we are now finished. After that, I transferred my soul on the clone and smiled. The height is a little awkward but I'll get used to it. The gender I chose in this body is still genderless cause I already have used to that. In thousands of years of spent using that body, I didn't have much care anymore. Master's original body is in imaginary space with me now. I'll sure take care of it, so don't worry and enjoy your time, Master. Yes. I answered with a smile. But before I leave, I need to check my status first as it's important. My goal here is to have a fun life in that world. That's why I need to lessen it as much as possible. Being overpowered in that world and good, but I want to be overpowered in that world using the power of that world. Name: Rimuru Tempest. Age: 5. Gender: none. Class: human, slime. Magicules: 100,000, 1 million, locked, regenerate 100 per sec. Stamina: physical, limitless. Skills: Manas, Seal. Ultimate skill S, Hell God Gehenna. All of the skills have a limit. One of their similar limit is the skill needs some magicules to activate. Atheroth D. It is the small black flames that if once touched by something or someone, they will going to be burned to death until nothing left to them. It will take 10,000 of magicules for it to activate, and it will only last for 1-1/2 hour. Hell Armor D. Blue fire will surround the whole body of the user, but it is not there to burn them, but to protect them. Once something touch the fire will immediately spread through them in a matter of seconds. I will take 30,000 of magicules for it to activate, and it will only last long for 30 minutes to 1 hour. Nirvana D. Nirvana. The Nirvana skill is activated when the host dies to burn the body. Once the body is ash, it comes back to life with rainbow flames surrounding it. It can't be used for now as it will take 500,000 of magicules for it to activate. Hellfire D. Ignite a spinning whitish blue hellfire upon an area target, dealing burst damage and stunning them for 2 seconds, but it depends how much magicules you will use. Damage depends on energy spent. The least magicules to activate it is 1000 magicules per 5 minutes. Flame God Transformation D. Become the embodiment of flame and bend all flames to your will. Create flame clones with only 45% of your original power. You are immune to all flames and can use your flames to heal those injured. After ending the transformation, the user will have 50% of their magicules drained. It will last for an hour at least. Unique skill S. Gluttony Merciless Degenerate Analysis Copy. Extra skill S. Dark Flame Teleportation, Multi-Teleportation, Multidimensional Barrier Replication. Intrinsic skill S. Flight Intimidation Endless Regeneration Dissolve Body Armor Vampirism Ultrasonic Waves Thought Transmission Thread Manipulation Paralysis Breath Noxious Mist Breath. Other skill S. Heat Detection Magic Perception Cloning Law Manipulation Telepathy Control Elemental Alternation Martial Arts Poison Manipulation Elemental Manipulation Water Manipulation Earth Manipulation Fire Manipulation Wind Manipulation Gravity Manipulation Ice Manipulation Electricity Manipulation Light Manipulation Darkness Manipulation Master Swordsman Dimensional Storage Enhanced Senses Power Bestowal Statistics Amplification Telepathy Creation Shapeshifting Inorganic Physiology Accelerated Development Regeneration Healing Memory Manipulation Absorption Power Absorption Duplication Weapon Creation Summoning Information Analysis Information Manipulation Sound Manipulation Soul Manipulation Heat Manipulation Power Nullification Power Modification Corrosion Inducement Sleep Manipulation Dream Manipulation Photographic Memory Heat Detection Magic Aura Perception Manipulation Shadow Step Power Mimicry Soul Corridor Illusion Warping Magic Attack Reflection Illusion Manipulation Absorb Cloth Creation Target Lock Resistance S. Physical Attack Nullification, Holy Magic Resistance, Abnormal Status Nullification, Natural Elements Nullification, Manipulation Attack Nullification, Corruption Nullification, Sealing Nullification, Magic Attack Nullification, Poison Resistance, Pain Resistance. Almost all of this are when I was just reincarnated. I'll probably not going to use the ultimate skill cause it's overkill. Yes. As masters want. This is the weakest that your clone can get. I gave master one of your ultimate skills, just in case. Thank you, Seal. Then, I'll just also use the Sword of Tempest this time. My clothes are also the same as my first one but smaller cause this cloth is comfortable enough for me. I can't just use my Demon Lord outfit cause many people will notice me easier. Yes. So, do you want to go now? Yes. I'm already ready. Then. World transporting process. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, 100%. Then. World transporting begin. Seal declared as my whole vision went black. Dash 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 dash. What do you think about this story plot? Is there any plot holes or none? Please comment here about what you think. I really don't know if I'm improving or not. 5 comments, 0 vote. I'm not a brat, old man. Rimuru's POV. After I black out, I realized that I was in the forest now. The forest here are nothing special, but the whole surrounding looked animated. The natural energy here seems to be more lighter than the earth in my second world. It doesn't seem like anyone is around as I can't detect something or someone. World transporting. Successful. Hey, Seal. Which village is near me now? The village of the waves near the village hidden in the mist. Is that so? Then I'll be able to see the whole Tazuna's family. I still have time, so I guess I'll visit there a little. After that, I decided to teleport near Tazuna's house. The house is just like in the manga but a little different. It also seems like it was a new made house. I already forgot the other details of the manga, but I still remember it. I then walked towards the house normally and saw a man walking towards the house. It was the man that future Inari will admire and also hate. I forgot about his name, but I remember his face perfectly. I admire him a little in the past cause he died for his village like the fourth and has a similar personality as Naruto. The man seems to notice me and walks towards me. He then kneel onto my heights and smile at me. He pats my hair. That's obviously ticked me a little, but I didn't show it as I'm pretending to be a good child. Hey, child. What are you doing here? Where are your parents? He asked. That caused me off guard. That's right. I really need a parent before I go in Konoha or other villages. They are still probably on guard now. Even thought the Kyuubi attack is already 5 years ago. I don't have any excuses about me being a child traveling alone without any adults around. They will probably be suspicious of me and labeled me as a threat or a possibly threat. I already have a solution in my head, but I still have some time to think for it. I really need a better solution than this. It's not like I hate this solution, but maybe. I throw my thoughts away for a second and looked at the man. I smiled at him too and pat his head. The man looks bewildered for a second but shook it off. I then tilted my head for a second and said, "My name is Rimuru. I'm just arrived here with my parents cause we are traveling together. My parents said that they will leave me for a second and I need to behave until they return." Is that so? Who's that parent that leaving a child alone? Child, why don't you come in our house over there? I'll show you my treasures. He asked, pointing at the house near us. Bingo. Talk about don't talk to strangers. Yes. Don't worry about me. My parents teach me how to defend myself. You don't know, I'm strong. I childishly bragged and punched his arm in a strength of a child. Ha ha ha. You're right. You're really strong. Then, let's go. He complimented as he sit up. I then hold his hand like a child and we went our way towards the house. He sounds like a kidnapper that want the target to believe that he's kind. After we arrived on the front door of the house, the man knocked in 3 times as a woman voice that is probably Tsunami said, "Come in." The man then opened the door as we saw the younger Tsunami, holding a baby that is obviously Inari. The man smiled at the scene and walked towards them with me. "Oh honey, welcome home. Who is that cute child behind you?" She greeted as she looked at me like how Shion and Shuna looked at me when they are going to dress me up again. I slightly shivered at the memory and back off a bit. I'm back. Her name is Rimuru. She's cute, right? I saw her on the way here and she said that her parents left her for a moment, so I decided to take her for a bit until her parents return. He explained as my brows twitched slightly so they won't notice. Her. She. I don't care about that. Right. Is that so? Then why don't you introduce us? You seems excited. She said as the man smiled slyly. Hee hee. Then I'll introduce you my treasures. She is my treasure no. 1. Her name is Tsunami and she is my wife. He is my treasure no. 2. His name is Inari and he is my son. I still haven't introduced myself. My name is Kaiza. Welcome in our home, Rimuru. He said with a smile as I too smiled at him. What a good family. Nice to meet you, Tsunami-san, Kaiza-san, and Inari-kun. My name Rimuru. Thank you for the welcome. I greeted as we all laughed, except Inari, of course. After the greetings, Kaiza starts to clean the house a little as Tsunami and I talked about little Inari and some other things. She also have a fangirl side that is I don't know until now and keep pinching my cheeks. It's good that I have pain resistance, or else I'll suffer for an hour of pinching. Thump. Huh. It's almost been an hour and it's already 10 o'clock. The time for dinner is 11 o'clock, so Kaiza and Tsunami's position switched. Kaiza has now become the babysitter and Tsunami is the cook. I asked Tsunami to let me help and she accepted. We are going to cook a usual Japanese dinner such as miso soup, rice, and fried fish. I decided to add an omelette that has vegetables in it. It was not hard to cook the omelette, but it was also not easy. You need an accuracy to perfectly cook and so it will not become like Shien's cooking. 30 minutes later, we finished cooking the dinner. Kaiza has already left to call Tsunami's father, that is Tazuna, to eat dinner. Tsunami also invited me to eat as she said that it's for me helping her, that is probably an excuse. She's now feeding Inari already so he'll not get hungry later. Honey. Father is here. We heard a voice coming from the door as I walked towards it to greet them. Wow. Tazuna still looks the same. I thought that he'll be a little younger. No offense. Yes. No offense. I'm home. Hey, who's the brat over there? Tazuna asked as my left eye twitched a little. I'm not a brat. Old man. I defended as he got angry too. My not old, brat. He defended as I childishly stuck my tongue out to mock him. No offense. He started it. Master's mind become really childish in a second. So fast. Not you too. Father, don't tease Rimuru too much. By the way, her name is Rimuru. Rimuru, this is my father-in-law. His name is Tazuna. Kaiza introduces Tazuna, HMPH, and walked out. He's not teasing me. HMPH. Childish. I muttered as I heard Kaiza laugh slightly. Based on the age difference, Master is the childish one. Past life is not included here. FFT. Did you just laugh, Seal? No. It is your imagination. Really? Seal didn't answer after that. We are now at the dinner table to eat dinner. We're just waiting for the old man to finish changing as his clothes are so dirty. It's almost been 5 minutes since he go in the bathroom but he's still changing. I then decided to go up to look if he's done but the bathroom opened. I saw the old man exit the toilet and he looked the same. He still looked dirty even without any dirt. He looked like the dirt himself. So what's the point of changing? Nothing. But of course. I have meant any offense in that. Let's eat, itadakimasu. We all said in unison as we all eat. So father, what did you build today? Tsunami asked to start a conversation. I just fixed Tenako-san's roof again. His house is really old now. He answered. Really? It's probably dangerous to continue living there. Kaiza joined as the old man nodded. Really? I've already mentioned that and suggested to just build one. But he said that he doesn't have enough money to buy materials to start building. He said as the two nodded. Is that so? Here, 20,000 yen. My parents said that if I get hungry, I can use this to buy something. But I don't have any reason to be hungry now as I've already eaten. That's why use it to buy materials. I said as I hand the old man 10,000 yen. Master, creating money is illegal. I'm not creating it, I'm just copying it. Also, it is not illegal as long as it's not fake. Master is using his ability for useless things. Money is not useless. This is the top 5 most important things in this world. What are the other top? Power, food, oxygen, water. Master is so childish. What? What childish in that? Master. What? Oh brat. I respected you now. Are your family is that rich? What is your name again? He asked as I said, Rimuru. He then smiled and we continued to eat, completely forgot about our conversation. Then, before I forget about it. Where are your parents and why they leave you here alone? He asked and I looked at Kaiza and, telepathically, asked him to explain and he seems get it. She said that her parents left her earlier and will return after. Kaiza explained. What parents are they? They know that it's dangerous leaving a defenseless child alone outside. But they just casually left her. He said a little angry as the two nodded. Don't worry. They said that they will return in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. I childishly shouted as I show them the 5 fingers on my left hand. I'll die in embarrassment. Please hang in there, master. Time skip. Tsunami-san, can I help washing the dishes? I asked after we all finished eating. Kaiza and the old man has already left to continue their work. That's why it's only the 3 of us left the house. I helped Tsunami clean the table and put the dishes on the sink. Because I don't have anything to do, I asked her to clean the dishes. Nope. I already have it. You can now go outside to dissolve the food you've eaten. But don't go far from here, okay? She asked as I nodded. I then leave the house towards the forest near the house. Thump. I have a bad feeling about this. Dash 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 dash. I published it earlier cause I have to go somewhere and I don't know when it is, so just in case. Enjoy the new chapter. 2 comments 0 vote. My lord. I'll be gratefully oblige. Inside the forest. Rimuru POV. Master, what about the parents? That's right. I have 2 suggestions but I preferred the second one. What are the choices? First. I'll summon the most free one here from the Tempest and they will pretend to be my parent. The second one is I'll make a clone and Seal will become my mother. It is also possible to be both. Choose the first one. What? But I want the second one. All of them might be busy and I don't want to bother him. Lies. Master just don't want to be with him. That's not true. It's just maybe being a father is too much for him. I have a feeling that we'll get found out easily if he takes the role. Also, he has a power greater than a true demon lord. Wait. What did you know I'm talking about, him? So that's your reason. Master. So cruel. Well. So please, Seal. Can you? I asked as cutely as possible for Seal to agree. And no. Wah. Seal-chan, so awful. Sniff to reject my simple request. Sniff. Master's childishness has gone level up. Congratulations. Seal. Summoning starts. Summoned Diablo. No. But before I have stopped her, she already have summoned him. His looks is still the same in the past. The only changes on his looks is his hair length is already near his shoulder and he still have his butler-style clothes. Diablo looked around to see who summoned him even though he already have a master. He then looked at me and the intimidating aura around him changed into a flowery one. It's just like the lion became a cat. He walked towards me and respectfully bow. It has been a long time since you called for me, master. You looked perfect as ever and I'm really fortunate to see you again. He greeted as I sweat dropped. I didn't call you. I just visit the Tempest a year ago. I reminded him but her expression didn't change. In that world, that is. But it's already been a year. A year without master is just like a century without sleep. So what do master want to summon me so suddenly? He asked. You actually sleep. You know, I am in a new world today. Since I look like a child now, I need someone to pretend as my parent. That's why I chose you to take that role and join me live in this world if you don't have to do. I explained mentally praying that he have something to do. Gladly, master. I'll be gratefully oblige. Living with Rimuru-sama. What a luckiest individual I am. He said as he's wiping his non-existent tears. I'm started to regret my decision of telling you about it now. Alright. I promise to protect Rimuru-sama and Rimuru-sama's secrets. He declared as I just smiled at him in genuine. Really? I'll leave it to you, Diablo. Then, I have a house that I stayed a little earlier. I told them that my parents left me because they have something to do. I also told them that my parents will be back in 5 hours. But after I entered the house, you will knock the door 30 minutes after that. I explained. What kind of devil of a parents they were. Leaving a child alone. He complained. You're the last one I want to hear say that. You just have to ask if they saw me, and when they asked why, tell them that you're my father. If they asked where is my mother, tell them that she still have to buy something and you will bring me to her. If they doubt you, tell them that let me decide if you're my father. Tsunami-san is the only one there for now, so it's probably no problem about that. Is that all right? I asked. Yes. What a perfect plan. You are really great, master. He praised the simple plan. Also, change your eyes and clothes like in a normal human being. They will easily notice it if you're not careful. I instructed as he closed his eyes and his whole body has covered with black mist. As the mist disappeared, he opened his eyes and lowered a little. His eyes looks the same as I now, but with a little red mixed with it. His attire are like a simple prince-like clothes that only have the color of black, white and some golds. His hair become messier and shorter than earlier. I just edited a little, but it's not mine. It is on the chapter comment here too. That will literally stand out. But I can't just. I looked at the shining face of Diablo. We are done here. I'll return now so we can now start. 30 minutes, all right, I asked. As you command. He said as he vanished out of thin air. Seal. Yes. I want you to do something. What is that, master? It's quite simple. Treat this as a punishment for making my life worse. Punishment. Oh. Master's main body here is so peaceful. I wonder. A threat. That's definitely a threat. Master is just overthinking. Then. What will I do? Oh. That is. Time skip. To Zuna's house. I'm back. I shouted as I opened the door. I looked around but I saw no one around. Where are they? The dishes is still here. Is something happened? I then tried to sense them in a radius of 1 kilometer away, but there are no signs of people there. Wait. There's no one around. I then teleported in the house near to Zuna's house, but there's no one around. There are uncooked rice and the stove is still on. There's no one will left something like that behind. So that means that all of the people here in the village has been kidnapped. It's strange that it was not mentioned or I forgot about it, but I don't have time to think about that. How could I miss it? Seal, is there a power here that can do that in a short time? Yes. This is the Onanazuka clan, that is currently this land of waves. The clan is considered as demon clan because of their dojutsu, that can make people obey them just by looking in the eyes. But years later, their weakness has been revealed that caused the mist to take advantage of it and killed all of them, but some survived. They must be kidnapped the people here so they can take their village back. What a selfish desire. That is their weakness. They can only activate it once the people they are fighting has already given up. That is meaningless on most ninjas. It's just like how the merciless work. But instead of losing the souls, their consciousness will just leave their body and will do what the users want. It takes so much chakra, that's why they can only use it twice or thrice a day based on how much your chakra is. The effect will lose when the user deactivated or has no chakra left. Is that so? I wonder what much they can show me. Diablo. I called telepathically as he answered back me. What is it, Rimuru-sama? Is there something matter? He asked. Yes. All of the villagers here has been kidnapped. You don't need to do what I ordered earlier and just stay still. I'll call you again when I need you. I said. As you wish. He answered as I blocked the connection. But Seal, how did you know about it when I don't have that kind of memory? Master, you and I are the one who created this world, that's why we know every single detail about this world. But as Master wants to have an adventure, I have blocked all of the knowledge about this world that is unknown to you. As for that, I have changed some things about this world without Master knowing. My apologies. So that's so. It's all right. Even you didn't ask, you know what I really like. Thank you, Seal. Then. Let's see what is stronger, your dojutsu, or my merciless. Don't disappoint me, fellows. I asked myself as I vanished in the area. Dash 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 dash. I'm back. Thank you for reading this story even if it's a little messy, but hope you enjoy the chapter. 3 comments 0 vote. Pissed. Download the app for additional rewards. More events, more perks. Winning you more free perks. Download now. RIP 666. Download app now. It is for me to know and for them to find out. Before you read all of this, I have a request to all of you. Can you please tell me all of the episodes of Naruto's childhood? Even the one with the Konoha 12. I really didn't like those fillers and flashbacks, so I just skipped some of it. I already have forgot the others, so I wanted to watch it again. Thanks. Enjoy the chap. Third person POV. Mount Myoboku. In the land of summons, there is a mountain that is called Mount Myoboku. It is also known as the Mountain of Bewilderment and the Land of Toads. Just as the name tells, this mountain is the land of the summoned toads. Every type of summons has a different place to live. Just like the snakes in the Raichi cave or the slugs in the Shikatsu forest. Inside a place in the mountain, there are 3 toads and a person, sitting in different places. The one who's in the middle and the largest one is named Gamamaru. He is the eldest and the leader in the land of toads. The little one on the front left side of Gamamaru is named Fukasaku. He is one of the oldest per cough toads in the land. The other little one on the front right side of Gamamaru is Fukasaku's wife, Shima. She is also one of the oldest in this land. And the only person out of them all, Jiraiya. If you don't know who the hell is Jiraiya and why the hell he is in the land that is supposed to be the land for the toads only, well, I wonder why the hell are you reading this too? Joke aside, Jiraiya is a person that's known for being a pervert. You can see him in every village's bathhouse, peeping at every woman that is bathing there. That's why be careful. Even if he is known for his bad reputation, he is still a role model for many people. He is also known as one of the legendary Sannin and the Toad Sage. That's also why he can be able to come here in the Toad Land. Because he is one of the summoners of the land and the only one living now. He has many good achievements that have done and maybe will be done. Great old elder, it's been a long time. And why the hell did you summon me so suddenly? Jiraiya shouted either in happiness or anger. Oh. You're right. Who are you again? Gamamaru asked as the 3 sweat dropped. It's Jiraiya. Remember that again. Jiraiya reintroduced. You forgot it again, ya great senile old geezer. Shima shouted. Ma. I told you not to call the great old elder that. Fukasaku lectured but Shima didn't listen. As for me, being called old when you are old yourself is still disrespecting. Now, don't fight again and made up now. Gamamaru said slowly. He remembered that. Jiraiya thought, sweat dropping. So, why did you call me here? He interrupted as they now looked at him. That's right. I dreamed about the prophecy earlier. Gamamaru said as the 3 now looked at him. Really? Why now? What dream is that about? What about them? Jiraiya asked straightly. Now, I'll tell it to you. It is not about the children of prophecy but it is involved to them. He said as Jiraiya looked at him in confusion. Is that a different prophecy? Jiraiya asked. No. The dream is about the protector. He stated. Protector. Jiraiya asked in confusion. Didn't I tell you about the path the children of prophecy will take? The right and the wrong side. The path the children will take is hard and unavoidable. They have a red thread of fate that is tied in one another and make them one. As soon as one takes the wrong side, the other one will gladly join, and that's how strong their bond is. That's why they need to have someone to keep them out of this situation. And they are called protector. Protector. Then they must be a good person. Jiraiya thought. But it doesn't mean that all of them are good. Does that mean? Jiraiya asked a little nervous. It means that the protector will become their strongest influence. They will surely believe what that protector says or tell them. Either if it's right or wrong. What is bad in that? He asked. Nothing. But it will be bad if the protector that is supposed to protect them is a bad person. As I told you, they are either on the bad side or the good side. That means it is all in the protector if they will be on either side. So, we need to make sure that a protector is a good person first before they met. Then. Why is that dream only came now? He asked. Who knows? But maybe it is because the protector has already arrived. What? Wait, arrived. Not born. Plus. Who are they? He asked. Yes. Arrived. As my dream is not whole, I don't know why. I just know that they are at the same age as the prophesied one. You need to hurry now. Or they will meet the children now. How will I know who they are when I don't know their face? He stated. They have a long sky-colored hair with the face of an angel, an eye of a shining sun that can see through your soul, and someone that you should not be underestimating. Gamamaru said mysteriously. What is that supposed to mean? Jiraiya asked in confusion about the word the toad said. I mean what I said. He answered as Jiraiya sighed. So they are a she. Jiraiya said while nodding himself. Probably. Is she a boy? Probably. Sigh. Thanks for the information. I still have something to do, but I guess I need to do that first. Then, see you all again. He said as pop was heard in the place as he was seen nowhere. Is that all you need to tell him, great old elder? Fukasaku asked as Shima also nodded. Why did you ask? He asked. We have to know great senile old geezer for a long time ago, so I guess we can guess if you are hiding something. Shima said as this time, Fukasaku nodded, ignoring the disrespectful nickname. I guess. You're right. But it is for me to know and for them to find it out. He said as they have now become silent. Unknown place. In an unknown place, there is a woman with a little frog sitting in a huge stone together. The surroundings are dark and the only light is the bright moon and twinkling stars. The woman is really beautiful and looks like a goddess of the moon that is sent down the earth. The woman is looking straight where the moon is as she smiled. Do you think that I've made the right decision? She asked the frog that is sitting next to her while still looking at the moon. It is up to you whether you will see your decision is right or wrong. The toad spoke. The woman then smiled as she looked at the toad. You're right. I just need to count on him. She said, still smiling. Then, at that time, I'll watch all of you in the sky and see if my decision is right or wrong. She continued. Then, who is that person you have picked? The frog asked the woman. Secret. That is for me to know and for you to find out. She joked as the frog scoffed. You're no fun. The frog complained. It's you. The woman argued back. But the truth, I also want you to look after him. She softly said. Then I'll do it. That's your last wish, right? Don't worry. I'll make sure that your sacrifice will not be in vain. The frog seriously said as the woman smiled. Thank you for everything, Gama-chan. It's now all up to you, the chosen one, Rimuru Tempest. 5 comments 0 vote. Village's goddess story. You can read it or not. I just made this thing for some reason, but if you like you can read it. Don't comment about why did I add this or something, as I already told you that you can read it or not. If you don't like it, it's alright. If you like it, thank you. That's all. In another unknown place. Grandpa. Please tell us another story, please. Said the black-haired, red-eyed twin while running towards the old man that is sitting on a wooden rocking chair. Well. Don't run around again. If you fall, I won't be able to help you. The old man told the kids as the two calmed down. The kids are no older than 6 years old but pretty obedient. You won't be able to see kids that are so obedient like that nowadays. The place where they are is like a huge bedroom. The old man is beside a huge king-size bed while the door that is pretty far away from him is also like that one who owns the room is a giant. On the other side of the old man, there is a long one-way glass window that is covered the whole size of the room. So you will tell us a story? The two asked innocently while looking at their grandfather with shining eyes. All right. Come here. He said slowly as the two cheered and sit on each of their grandfather's laps. Now. What story will you tell us? One of the twins asked curiously as the old man thinks in a thinking position. Do you already know about the village's goddess story? He asked the two and they just looked at him in confusion. What's that? They too synchronously asked. Ha. Then I shall tell you about it. He said as he looked at the window that is almost covered with snow. He looked at the whole red mood and unconsciously sighed. Do you know what is the most common cause of death of the people up there? The old man mysteriously asked. Fighting illness. The two asked as their grandfather shook his head. It's because of ignorance. Ignorance. Atheist, and I heard that from father. He always mentioning it in a low voice when they are talking about humans. One of the twins said. Really? Atheist and I are always there with father when they are having a meeting. But we don't know what it is the meaning of it. One of the twins that is named Atheist added. It seems like the two's names are interesting. It is a contradiction of the story that the old man will tell. It is, the one who rejecting or having a lack of belief in gods. What a wonderful yet dangerous name. That's why I'll tell you this story now so you can guess what is the meaning of that word is. The story happened in the human realm. They are a true story and I was already here when that happened. Long ago, there is a poor village near the forest that is nearly destroyed. The village is commanded by the village lord. The village lord looks like a normal person but is corrupted, leaving the village in a slow fall. The village is originally healthy and has wealth, almost the same as the smallest city there. But because the one who's managing it is a person that is preferred wealth than health, he slowly made the whole village fall. That's cruel. They too shouted as he slightly chuckled at them. That's right. Overcharging, starving, overworking, inequality. He did all of that to all of the people in the village. He didn't seem satisfied with that. After a month, he started to kill those who didn't obey him. It can be instant death, or in a tortured way. Why isn't someone outside to stop them? Are they that powerful? Atheist asked him and he shook his head. No. They can easily overtake him by just attacking his army. But unfortunately, they are too afraid to do that as they still don't know what abilities his armies have. That's why instead of helping without knowing if they will win, they prefer to just sit down and watch it be taken down by the others. Some might probably just thinking about the merit they can get by saving those people. But unfortunately, the village is a simple and normal one that has no expert at. Are humans that cruel? I feel like they are more heartless than those who are supposed to be one. Atheist hesitantly asked as I patted his head. Not all of them. But that is the true nature of human beings. You need to be cruel to survive or you'll get eaten by it alive. But some just can't do anything as they will prioritize those they love or has responsibilities for than those stranger who you don't know of. But when the goddess appear? The two asked and he laughed at the comment. She will appear soon. Then after a year of the torture the people of the village get, they have then realized that the village that their first lords worked hard to build will just be destroyed like nothing. They already have tried anything to prevent it but it seems fate is not on their side. They seem to finally give up after those cruel things they experience but one day, they hope appeared before them. She is a girl with a hair of the sky and eyes that can compare even the sun itself. How old is she? Atheist asked. She looks like an 11-year-old kid but her eyes look so matured. At first, she just helped them by giving them food and healing their wound and illness with magic but after a week of her arrival, they saw all of the Lord's army and even the Lord himself kneeling in front of the people. The army has decreased but they don't care about it. After that, instead of killing them, they just decided to exile them from the village forever. Is that the end of the story? Atheist asked. No. After that, the girl becomes their goddess. For them to be left by the supposed to be god and got saved by a stranger, it is not that weird. Years have passed and the girl's appearance didn't change at all. Her incomparable beauty makes her more look like a real god. That's why the more years passed, the stronger their belief in her. All those years, she has been staying with a simple family in that village. She seems to have some interest in them so she decided to stay there. One day, while she was away there to help some people took the family away. The goddess, hearing it become a little enraged. All of them tried to find them but they can't find them. But for some unknown obvious reason, they saw the family lying on the ground, in front of their house, alive but unconscious. After that, someone found all of those people they have spared years ago, lying near the village in a lifeless body. They have soon realized what happened that day. The goddess that they are loyal to can't be seen anywhere as she leaves that place without even saying goodbye. At that time, some words have been eventually stuck in their minds. The prophesy. He stopped after that as the two looked at him in confused look. Is that the end? Atheist asked. What is the prophecy about? Atheist asked. It said that the unknown will appear. Kinder than me. Stronger than it seems to be. People need help, a savior they will be. People of greed, please stop and come back to me. Don't let them enrage. As kind people are. A screen shows how a little Rimuru killed 100 people without any hesitation with the sword of the Tempest. Often. It shows how Rimuru used merciless to almost all of the people inside an unknown hideout without even looking at them. More dangerous. It shows Rimuru, looking at all of the people in front of him with a cold smile. This is not the 5th chapter, so don't worry. 4 comments 0 vote. Just shut up or else I'll kill this girl now. Rimuru's POV. It's been more or less 5 minutes since I've found this people's hideout. The hideout is a little far from the village but still easy to find, that's why it didn't take long before I found it. I already have cleaned all of the messes all over the hideout excluding the end of the place where all the kidnapped people and the possible leader are. Those people I have cleaned earlier was so weak. I wonder how did they survive from this world with that power of theirs. Speaking of that, I realized that my power of this body now is really perfect. I experimented with it earlier a little and I saw that it is not that weak and not that strong. In short, normal. Average. Just what I wanted. I'm really thankful to Seal for getting me this perfect clone body. It is just funny how I thought of me about being able to destroy the whole country of Japan with just a single attack when I was a kid. But now that I have surpassed that dream of mine. Sigh. Aside from the power problem, I'm now inside the hollow, no, cell. This disgusting cell can even compare to Voldemort's hideousness. Well, I don't care about Voldemort, I mean, the cell. I mind about just how many those people are. I feel like it is enough for me to become a demon lord again. Just how can they become this many in just a few years? Don't tell me. Cute gasp effect slap in both side of cheek. No. Rimuru. It is not the time to think about that kind of thing. Master. What exactly are you thinking? Nothing. By the way, how many exactly are they? Exactly 1,683 people. 329 people are the only people living. 310 here are the victims. What the what? How can they fit in? Enough with the nonsense questions. Master, how can you clean them off without the others knowing? Didn't you already know that? Why ask? Nothing. Please excuse me. She said as the connection between us broke. Sigh. It seems like Seal doesn't want to help me with this. Third person POV. After that gibberish conversation, Rimuru has finally do the first move. Not the one you people are thinking, so don't inwardly grin over there and read quietly. Rimuru then moved where the people are tied without anyone knowing as he used darkness manipulation to remove his presence. He also used that sound manipulation to remove the sound of his footsteps. When he saw that the people there are all off guard and looks like a normal bandit, he couldn't help but groan. Groan. He then steps 3 meters back from the targets and removed the magic he used. Hello. Is anybody here? He shouted that caused the others to look at him. One of the bandits' kidnapper walked towards her. That person looks just like a normal civilian that has a little prowess but nothing special. His clothes are so much better than the others, so he must be probably the leader. But if Rimuru was the leader of this clan, he'll just probably stay back and let the others did it. Just like guarding this cell. Who are you, little kid? Are you lost? Come here. Brother will take you home. He asked nicely, but on his face, he's visibly underestimating him. Brother. Do you think you look young? No. Who are you? A man with a scar said that this is where my family is. Rimuru shouted to him as he takes his fake knife out of his now limited small space. What? Hey, kid. It will be much good if you just surrender, or else. He threatened him, with such a disgusting face that caused him to step back. Rimuru tried to act hard. Kyle, it scares him, for them to underestimate him more and show Rimuru how they use their skill. But it seems like his plan will eventually be ruined by idiot number 3 who he just recently met. No. Rimuru-chan, run away. Don't get caught by these thugs. Idiot no. 3 named Kaiza shouted that anyone can hear. Ha. So that's it. The creepy man said with a smirk and shouted to his man to cut Kaiza. You idiot. Think about your family first. Rimuru shouted, telepathy on his mind, and he seems to get it and looked over Tsunami. The two then looked at each other like they are having a conversation inside their head. Kaiza looked at her with an apologizing look as Tsunami just returned it with a smile. It seems like he didn't realize that Rimuru just used telepathy on him. Thanks for being an idiot. I hope you continue being like that. Ha. What a family. Hey, little girl. Come over here and surrender yourself or else I'll kill this father of yours. The man earlier threatened Rimuru again while pointing a kunai on Kaisa's neck. Father. Rimuru thought looking at the man's eyes. It turns red as they activate it. Rimuru just pretended to be under the dojutsu and turn his face, expressionless. Sigh. To think this kid will be troublesome. The man said as he slams Kaisa's body away from him. He then walked towards Rimuru who is just standing there. He grabs Rimuru's chin towards his face and smiled creepily. Now that I look at it. Your face looks wonderful. I could sell that rare eyes and hair of yours. He creepily said as the others looked at him in fear. Well, I could just sell you whole and it will be worth much than you thought. No. Don't touch her. Kaisa, again fearlessly shouted as the man clicked his tongue in annoyance. Tisk. Shut up. If you don't want me to kill you right away. The man said as Kaisa still shouted to protect Rimuru. Just shut up or else I'll kill this girl now. The man threatened as Kaisa eventually stopped as he knows he can't do anything right now. Girl. Sell. Kill him. Rimuru Hen smiled at him that caused the man to step back and seal cast and sleep manipulation spell to all of them as they all become unconscious. Seal. Why did you help? Insulting master is the most forbidden thing to do. Well. The show has quickly ended. There are no gruesome action happened. Well, except the thing earlier. But Rimuru just didn't do anything this time as he saw some children looking at him and he doesn't want them to lose their minds because of him. That's why doesn't he just do it without anyone looking at him? That's what he thought. And now. Diablo. Rimuru called Diablo telepathy as he appeared on my side. What are your orders, Rimuru-sama? He asked him, while looking at the floor. Bring all of the villagers back to the village. Clean all those killed one and tie all of the alive ones. I'll be back. Rimuru said as he leaves the cell. Huh. It seems like the first arc is still not finished. What do you think happened after that? 2 comments 0 vote. Should we call you, the little heroine? I will not use honorifics to the POVs. Only when talking. Another early update is tomorrow is the worst day of my life. Online class. Please pray for me. Thank you. Third person POV. It's been an hour after Rimuru solved the case about the kidnapping. Or so he thought. He is now kneeling on the ground while his hair is shadowing his face. He then looked in front of him and saw a person standing in front of him, watching him like that. The place where they are is full of people who's lying on the ground. The others are just looking at those people without any care. But how did this happen? Rimuru's POV. How can this happen? Again. This. How am I supposed to correct this again? Same mistake. Hey. Seal. Please answer me. I don't know what to do with this. It's been hours since this happens. How can I stop this? How can I apologize? Hey. Seal. Shut up, Master. How cruel of you, Seal. Master should just be thankful that the person in front of you is not Shuna or Shion. Right. If it was them. Shiver. If you are wondering what situation I am in right now, let me explain it to you. Earlier, after I finished my thing, I returned where Diablo placed the civilians. I wait for minutes for them to wake up, but the first to wake up is no other than Tsunami. But instead of going to Diablo who's holding the Inari and other kids, she immediately goes towards me and scolds me for being reckless for an hour without asking for the reason. How did I get there? Sigh. I should have seen this coming. I already say sorry many times earlier but nothing works. If then. I then look up to Tsunami and look at her with a lady killer teary eyes. She stepped back a bit but it seems like my attack didn't work. Then I hold her hands and said, Tsunami-san. Sniff I'm sorry. I didn't know Sniff what to do. Can Tsunami-san forgive me? I asked him with a super puppy eye as her eyes widened. Childishness. 99.999% congratulations, Master. Seal, that's not called childishness. It's called pro-acting. Alright. No. Pro-acting means natural skill. Master just have water manipulation, that's why he can cry like that. No one knows. How cute. She shouted as she hugs me so hard. Sigh. I guess it's much better than being scolded. I'm sorry too. But why are you there anyways? You made me worry. She finally asked as I deactivate my new skill tear, which is pretty convenient for a time like this. I want to find you because all of you suddenly disappeared. Then I found that place and I come to rescue all of you. I said with a confident smile as she smiled too but instantly vanished. But you said, before she finished the sentence, Diablo gives her the forgotten son of hers. Don't do that again, alright. What will happen if your father didn't come? She warned as I just nodded at her. Don't worry, I'm strong after all. I bragged as she just closed eyes smiled at me. Also, thanks for saving us. You are our young heroine now. She said as I smiled at her, warmly. That's right. Should we call you, the little heroine? One of the villagers who's now all awake asked. It's not that big deal. After all, Father, is the one who saves us, right, Father? I asked Diablo while giving him the look that has a meaning. That's right. He shouted as I genuinely smiled. Rimuru is really your village's hero. He continued as my smile suddenly disappeared and give him the, what are you taking about look. It's decided. The little girl is now the wave's heroine. Let's have a feast. It fits you, master. First acquired the title, the little heroine. Congratulations. Seal, not you again. I'm not a girl. I'm a guy in heart. But I remember master said not a day ago, I didn't have much care anymore. I didn't. Sigh, I don't know anymore. Should I call you now, heroine master? She put gas on the fire. Seal. I'm not talking to you now. I suddenly shouted as all of them looked at me in confusion. Sorry, this child didn't like to be the center of attention, she easily get flustered and shouted random things. Diablo explained and I looked at him like he is a god or something. Diablo. I called him telepathy. Yes. He answered. Are you an angel or something? I'm a demon, Rimuru-sama. He corrected me. Sorry. I said as I cut the connection. Sigh. What a tough day. A week later. It's been a week since Diablo and I stay in the village. This is totally different from what I planned, but Tsunami insisted for me to stay at least a week, so I just agreed. That whole week of being here is like a year for me. From the first day to the 5th, they are having a non-stop fest and greetings. I thought it will not end if they don't have works to do. But it's nice to stay here. I really wonder how this village become totally different a few years from now. If you already forgot about those living prisoners, I let Diablo take care of them until we leave here, that is now. I just don't know if they are still alive from now. Rimuru-chan. Are you already finished? Tsunami asked. Yes, Suna-san. I'm there. I shouted back. If you are wondering about the nickname I called her, I'll tell you. It is because of Shuna. Because Tsunami always acts like Shuna, I've once unconsciously called her that. She asked me who is Shuna, but because they have a similar tone, I just told her that I gave her the nickname, Suna. She eventually liked it, so I started to call her that. In the village's port. We are now at the port where we are going to take a boat to Konoha, as I saw many people gathering there. It seems like they came to say goodbye to us. In front of the crowd, I saw the family of Tsunami as we smiled at each other. See you, little heroine, sir. We will meet you again, right? A random villager asked as I nodded with a smile to him. Be well, young lady. A woman said as she gave me a white flower rose. Thank you. I said as all of them gave their partying gift to us that I returned a thank you. Rimuru-chan, be careful to your journey and always be well, alright? Tsunami asked who's carrying the smiling Inari. I'll make sure. You too, Suna-san. See you next time. Ichiri said. Kid, make sure to visit us or else. Tazuna threatened as I smug. I bet you are the one who will visit me in the future. I shouted. HMPH. As if. He said as we both looked away at each other. Rimuru-chan. Don't forget about us, okay? Here, so you can always remember us. Kaiza said as he handed me a bracelet made of fishnet and has a design of pearls. I smiled at him and handed him 4 necklaces of different colors and said, this is a protection charm that I made for you. It is also a thank you for letting us in your house. Blue will be yours, green is for Inari Kun, red is for Tsunami-san and purple is for Tazuna-san. Please don't even take it off, alright? I asked as they all nodded. That caused me to smile. After a bit of talk, Diablo and I now sailed the boat and started to leave. When we are now out of their eyes, the atmosphere becomes tense. How are those people going? I play with the water of the river. Nothing particular wrong. They are still alive. He reported as I nodded. Take me there. As you command. 3 comments 0 vote. Do you want me to become a villain here? Rimuru's POV. You. Who the hell are you? Let us out. I'll kill you. Those are the shouts of the people in front of me. It's been an hour since they started to shout like this. Did they do this even when I wasn't here? How unusual. Did Diablo really didn't do anything to them? But they still look sane, so probably yes. Talk about lucky people. All of you shut your mouth. Rimuru-sama is here. Diablo firmly said as they all started to sweat heavily. No. I take back what I think earlier. He really did do something to them. Now. Can I ask you who in the world your real leader is? I asked them in a friendly way manner. But it seems that being friendly didn't fit them, so I released some of my aura to them as they started to shake but still shutting their mouth. I looked where their eyes and face, slightly looking at, and it clicked all of the doubt. It was the one who the person earlier ordered to take Kai's out. The evidence is simple. First, the hidden jewels I saw when I was going to leave this cell. Then the lingering eyes of the others saying, "What are going to do?" like they were having a telepathic conversation. But the thing that didn't make sense is why would he act like a lower man with his subordinates? Let's find it out. But first, shall I test their loyalty range? He. Being the antagonist really fits you, Master. Wah. Out of a sudden. Do I look like an evil person? No. Then do you want me to become a villain here? That's not for me to decide that. It's just Master will look cool. Red face Rimuru effect. Be becoming a villain, huh? I see. Before we continue that conversation, I cut it in the middle as I'm stuck about what I'm going to say. I didn't really like becoming a villain, but I also don't like becoming a hero. Moreover, for humans. I then looked at those people in front of me and think about it. Even if they are just characters for me, I don't need to be kind to them, right? They are humans after all. After I thought about it, I looked over those people and smiled, kindly. If you really are that loyal, then why don't we play a game? I asked them as they started to shudder. What's wrong? Don't worry. It's not that hard. The only thing you need to do is to choose a representative that will answer all of my questions. Easy, right? I asked and the answer is silent. But don't get too relieved. 1 wrong answer, 1 kill. 1 right answer, 1 free. I simply instructed as they seem conflicted by it. Hurry up. I'll be back later, bye. Minutes later. So. Who it is? I asked the quiet people in front of me. They are really not going to answer me. It is pissing me off. They don't really know how to be grateful when someone is having mercy on them, huh? You don't want to answer? Then I have no choice. I release my aura for them to surrender now, but those people didn't really know what give up mean. If you don't answer me in the count of 3, I'll kill all of you now. I threatened them, and as expected, it didn't work. Why? Don't tell me they are really that loyal to him. Master has miscalculated things. Huh? What are you talking about? They still think of Master as a child. When you saw them like they are afraid of you, it is because of Diablo who's glaring at them some time ago. After the realization, I sharply looked at Diablo who's behind me as he flinched. I then clicked my tongue as flick my finger loudly. At the same time, all except for one person's head explode. It is because of corrosion inducement skill that I activated when I flicked my finger. I'm not that merciless person, but it is a different story when I was pissed off. Also, remember that people in this world can only feel aura and not see them. That's why they thought it was Diablo who releases it. I then looked at the shivering man who's earlier looking down at me. Confess or not, it's your choice now. But if you didn't answer me and make me an idiot again, I'll do the same as them to you. Now. I surrender. The man shouted helplessly as I nodded. You just surrender after all of your subordinates died. How cruel, leader. I said while he looked at me in the widest eye he ever had. How did I find out? Well, I'm not an idiot to put jewelry when you are supposed to hide your identity. Like you. Also, your loyal friends have been looking at you when I'm asking questions so. Like that. Then, why did you even ask us? He finally asked. Well. I'm not asking about you. I'm asking about the real leader. It's not possible a coward, weak, unintelligent small person like you has managed to rebuild your clan in just a few years. There's obviously someone behind it. Spill it out now. Well. It is not bad to tell you this now, right? You'll probably kill me anyway. But promise me one thing. He said it. I looked at him, curiously. What? Once you've heard my story, promise me that you'll never tell it to anyone. And keep my clan's tradition. He demanded. If only it will not get in my way, I'll promise. You are really a peculiar child, aren't you? He asked without any signs of teasing. Well, let me take the unintelligent back. So, tell me now as I don't have any time to spare. All right. First, the one who helps us rebuild the clan is Madara guy. I don't know what really happened in detail as I'm still a little young when that happened. Before he continues, I interrupt him with a question. How old are you? 30. September 4th. Virgo. Obito. Ah. Alright, continue. After I reach the age of 20, I take over the duty as the head after the old head died. Being head is like being Hokage. It didn't get chosen by the previous head. That's why it really surprised me when they told me that I'm the next head of the clan. 8 years after that, the Madara guy appeared in front of me and told me to go and take our village back as we are just staying in this hideout for a long time. I'm really conflicted about it, so I tried to tell the others about it. But all of them agreed to Madara, and even though I was the head, I can't win against the majority of people. Another Hiruzen, huh. I see. That's why we made a plan and did it that time. But it is a coincidence that you people are there. Thought I'm really glad that you stopped us from doing that thing. Because once a pure member of my clan killed a person, they won't be able to stop as the dojutsu they have will take control of their own will and body with their most intense feeling. Until it broke them down. Or they died. Don't tell me the reason your number decreases because of that. It is. It is not because the village attacks us. It is because of one of a few people who have our dojutsu. Chosetsugen. After he told me that story, somewhere inside me feels like empty and crumbling, a new feeling that I feel like it's been a while since I felt that. A moment of silence faces us. And it easily broke away when I speak. What are you going to do now? I asked him as he stared at the floor. You can now kill me. Remember your promise, all right? He said with a tiny voice. No regrets. I asked him. A little, because I let my people die without doing anything. But satisfied as I didn't let them dirty their hands with the innocent people's blood. I said as he smiled at me. Then. Bye. I said as I flicked my fingers again. But instead, it explodes, his body began to glow and disperse into 1,000 glowing particles. It then takes a shape of a book and it comes towards me. The book's title is, Peace. I held the book with my both two hands as the book stopped glowing. I looked at the first page of the book inside. Diablo. I'm hungry. 1 comments, 0 vote. My name is Tempest Rimuru. Rimuru's POV. Munch munch munch. We are now inside the Leaf's border. I'm currently eating those gifts the people in the waves give to me. I feel like it's been a while since I feel hungry. Though it's actually more than 1,000,000 years since I became a slime. If you're asking why do I feel hunger when I'm still a slime, it is because Seal gave me a body of a slime human kid. I'm about to ask her why do I need to become a hybrid slime. But my hunger tells me to prioritize eating before asking. It is really inconvenient being a human. They have many needs. They are easy to die anyways. Hey, Seal. Why did you give me a human slime body? Isn't that a disadvantage? It is. But I don't want to hear Master complained about his height, not changing. Worry not, Master. I will change it eventually when the right time comes. Whoa. As expected, Seal. Please don't try to compliment me as I know what is master thinking. You got me there. By the way, what are you going to do to those people in front and behind you? Behind us is probably some rogue ninjas. The other one is the leaf. They are probably following the rogues and the rogues are following us. It seems Diablo also noticed it. I'll use it to gain their trust and get rid of those stalkers. Then, after I explained to Seal my plan, I stopped talking to her and continue our journey. After an hour, I pretended to slip of the ground because of my carelessness as Diablo helped me like a real father. I can do it. It is for our advantage. Wah. Pee papa. It hurts. I cried as I used my special water ability for it to be realistic. Shoo. Shoo. It's alright. Go up. Diablo hold my hand and help me to stand. Such cuteness. Rimuru-sama. Before I got up, those stalkers made a move. They immediately run towards us and pointed a kunai at the neck of Diablo. The other one lifted me and took the same weapon to slit my throat. Don't move, you'll die. One of the masked men threatened firmly. Diablo didn't do anything, waiting for me to order him something. I just shook my head as he inwardly sighed. What do you want with us? Diablo asked without doing anything. What do we want? Well, as a hostage, of course. Come out now. Or I'll kill this kid. The masked man said to the people who hide near us. Because I can't hear their conversations, I use that sound manipulation to connect my ears to one of them so I can hear it. Captain. Should I kill all of them now? One of them asked. Wait. I'll be the one who'll do it. Stay back. One of them answered back. What are you talking about, Kakashi? That's a child, you know. The last one that's obviously, Guy shouted. Not good. Kakashi is still out of his mind. Itachi is also one of them. It's not possible of Guy to convince them now. Now. Show up. In the count of 3. Surrender or we'll kill these people. Kakashi. Guy tried to convince but no answer was given. 1. Just the kid, Kakashi. 2. Sorry, not sorry Kakashi. 3. Diablo, call me. As the masked guy was ready to slit my throat, Kakashi immediately killed the one who lifts me. He then looked at me but I can't see his face as he is wearing a mask that covers his whole face. After that second, blue lightning began to form his hand and I can see his left red eye, glaring at me. After his famous Chidori finished, he steps forward to me and firms his Chidori'd hand. Rin. Before his hand pierced through me, Diablo immediately shouted the name of Nohara Rin's name that caused stop a moment. Because of that, instead of me, the other stalker man dies in a matter of seconds. Kakashi also looks lost as I started to change my already happened decision in mind. Later, the others who are hiding appeared in front of us. One who looks sorry and one who is Kakashi 2.0. Thank you for saving us. Then, we'll leave now. I said as I dragged Diablo out. Wait. What do you want? Diablo asked him with a threatening voice. Kakashi then bends down at the same height as me. Does your name, Rin? He asked me. Nope. It's Rimuru. I said as he nodded and now looked at Diablo whose hand is shaking. Why did you call her Rin? He asked. Her nickname is Rim. You just misheard it. Diablo said as I looked at him with a new light. Diablo, nice save. Let's go. He commanded but before they leave, Guy stopped him. Hello, young lady. Why are you here? Where are you going? He asked in a strangely gentle voice. Kanahagakure, hidden village of the leaf. I simply said as his eyes shone. Then. Let's go together. He shouted as the two masked people looked at him. No. We need to report it immediately to the Hokage Fire Shadow. Captain's right. Guy-san. Let's go. But. This is a week worth of mission and this is just the 3rd day. We don't need to rush. Guy insists. You don't need to. We'll just slow you down. I said not really wanting to come. Worry not. I'll carry you around. Then he carries me on a piggyback ride. Whoa. Hey. I'm just about to complain but I saw Diablo having a malicious aura around him. Dad. Let's go. It will be fun. I said signing him to stop being suspicious. As all right. We didn't have any choice to follow what the guy said. I hope that this will make things easier. Hidden Leaf Village, Hokage office. In a room that is full of paper, there is an old man that looks really old, sitting on the chair while looking at the bundles of paper with an annoyed face. He is the leader of the Hidden Leaf. Sarutobi Hiruzen. He is currently having a dilemma with his paperwork like always. He wants to take down the position again, but he can't find a suitable person for the position. He can't just pick a person just because they are strong, as this decision of his will become their village's future. While he is staring or glaring at his desk, a smash sound heard behind him as he just sighed. Jiraiya. I already told you to use the door. He called his student as Jiraiya just smiled sheepishly. But his smile turns into a serious look for a second that is caught by his teacher. Jiraiya then signed Hiruzen to make the hiding people leave. So, what happened that you visit so early? The old man asked while signing his paper. I've been called by the great old elder. It's about the prophecy. The white-haired man said as Hiruzen looked at him. What's about them? He asked as Jiraiya shook his head. It's not about them. It seems that there's another person like them but different. What do you mean? There's no time for that. Do you ever have seen a person that has blue or light blue hair? Or golden eyes? Jiraiya asked as the answer is no. I haven't seen someone like that. Even in my life. Are you sure about that detail? Hiruzen asked. No. He just said about sky-colored hair and sun-like eyes. By the way, what? Before the Hokage finished his sentence, a knock was heard on the door. Come in. He said as the door opened. It appears to be the three shinobi earlier, Diablo, and Rimuru, who's being carried by Guy. They can't see him as he got blocked by the head of Guy. Guy, dog, weasel. Early as always. The mission is a success, Kakashi reported as Hiruzen nodded. Tell me the details later. Then, who are those people? He asked while looking at the unbothered Diablo. They are one of the hostages. Guy wants to bring them along, so we got late. He flatly said. Come in front. Hiruzen ordered the two. Diablo just comes in front without saying anything. The two just nodded at him and he, being Diablo, ignored it and looked at Rimuru, who's getting off Guy's back. After Rimuru finally gets off, the two finally saw Rimuru's hair that causes Jiraiya's heart to pump heavily in nervousness. As Rimuru looked at them, they saw his angelic smile and his golden eyes, looking at them deeply, or should I say, observing them. The two couldn't help but widen their eyes as the person they are just talking to earlier is now right in front of their eyes. Nice to meet you. My name is Tempest Rimuru.